I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to stop this because we haven't had a public comment in years. Okay, first item, call to order the town board meeting in town of Windsor, April 3rd, 2019. First item, anybody got any comments on anything that's on the agenda? No? Okay. Guess I better put my glasses on. Chair will entertain a motion that the town board of town of Windsor approve minutes of public hearing regarding Community Day Development Block Grant fiscal year 2020 and the minutes of the town board meeting both held on March 6th, 2019 as per copies posted on the town clerk's bulletin board in town hall. The same distributed each to town members.
Second.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Okay. These good-looking young men up in the front of the audience are waiting for this. Chair will entertain a motion that the town board of the town of Windsor report Richard L. Chetty, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got it. Beluso, I know how to pronounce. Police officer of the town of Windsor Police Department, effective March 28, 2019.
Move.
Richard, come on up. Second,
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, the town board of town of Windsor appoint Rafael A. Santiago, police officer, for the town of Windsor Police Department effective March 28, 2019. Rafael, come on up.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, the town board of town of Windsor appoint Anthony Vega, police officer for the town of Windsor Police Department, effective March 28, 2019.
Move. Second.
Roll call. Anthony, come
Councilman
on up.
Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor appoint Kenneth K. Ferrier, sorry, Ken, police officer for the town of Windsor Police Department, effective March 28, 2019.
Moved. Second.
Roll call. Come on up, Ken.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor appoint Brendan J. Byman, police officer for the town of Windsor Police Department, effective March 28, 2019.
Move. Second.
Roll call. Brendan, come on up, Jack.
Councilman Moreau?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. You're up. Town clerk's gonna come around now to swear you in.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Rafael Santiago,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New York,
of the State of New York,
and to faithfully discharge
and to faithfully discharge
my duties of police officer
my duties of police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. right, we're gonna
really
give the
important.
family some time to get pictures or whatever.
The really important part, signing of the oath. In fact, this is the oath that I just gave you. On your word. You're gonna sign right there? Right there. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Let's stay up here for a couple minutes.
There you go, sir.
You're too anxious.
Not get away that easy.
Okay, this is the town. Right there. Perfect, thank you so much, congratulations, sir. This is the oath you just took, it was my negotiation copy, right? One more time for the 10 years. There you go. Perfect. Congratulations. And certainly last but not least, Richard, is there a one? You're not Richard, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Stand up. Okay. There you are, Anthony. You're gonna sign right there. And also right there for the town. Perfect. Congratulations. And Richard, we did not forget about you. Right there for the town. Right there for the town. Congratulations. All right. They're official.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the newest of the Windsor finest. Any of the family want to come up and get some pictures or whatever, please do it, and then we'll take like a quick 5-minute break. You want to get pictures, signing books? Do they get pictures? Good.
You got one more special, taking a picture of you.
They are.
I wasn't that young when I joined.
Were you ever that young?
I don't think so. Is that it? We all set? Gentlemen, good luck. Welcome aboard. You guys do not have to hang around for this long, boring meeting. Nobody ever does, so there you go. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Be assured we will take good care of your loved ones.
All right.
It always matters.
Yeah, no, I know. 115 there, bro.
Hey, Rob. Were we ever that young?
I think I was.
Okay.
I said that, were you ever that young? He said, I don't think I was that young.
I'm still holding on to it.
Yeah.
Nice young man.
Aren't we all?
Very nice young man.
Yep.
move along here. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of New Windsor authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law calling for sealed bids for water meter replacement project, which should be received and publicly opened on the 28th day of May 2019 at 10:30 a.m. in the office of the town clerk, 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. The town board of the town of New Windsor reserves the right to reject any and all bids.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion that the town board of town of New Windsor authorize supervisor to execute documents for wastewater treatment plant upgrades and improvement project.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion the town board of town of New Windsor appoint Sean McGrath, 107 Parkdale Drive, New Windsor, New York, to the town of New Windsor Planning Board effective immediately.
Moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion the town board of town of New Windsor appoint Kathleen Braun.
Move.
Okay. 316 Burrows Lane, to the zoning board of appeals.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Kathy, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair will entertain a motion to authorize advertisement for bid for the Old Windsor Road Culvert Replacement Project, CDBG fiscal year 2017.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Hearing no objection, the town board of town of New Windsor receive and file sealed bids received and publicly opened on March 14th, 2019 for St. Joseph's Drainage Improvement Project Phase 2. At last. What was that, 3 times?
Yes.
Wow. That's got to be a record. Chair will entertain a motion, whereas the town clerk of the town of New Windsor advertised for sealed bids for St. Joseph's Drainage Improvement Project Phase 2, and whereas all the bids were received and publicly opened by the town clerk at 10 a.m. on March 14, 2019, and whereas the engineer for the town has reviewed all bids and made a recommendation for the award of the same, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of New Windsor award the contract for St. Joseph's Place Drainage Improvement Project Phase 2 to Nini Callahan Excavating in the base bid amount of $87,990 in accordance with the attached recommendations from the town engineer.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the, pardon?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah at last. We did this 3 times, but I'd be remiss if I didn't thank McGoey, Hauser, and Etzel for being so alert on this and knowing that the other bids came in way overpriced. Chair will entertain a motion to authorize the submission of application Community Development Block Grant fiscal year 2020, the Senior Center Relocation and Improvement Project.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Chair will entertain a motion to approve and authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement, New York State Department of Transportation, Old Windsor Road over Silver Stream Culvert, reconstruction project.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum? Riegenbaum,
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey.
Yes.
Supervisor Green.
Yes. And again, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the now Senator, former Assemblyman James Skoufis for approving money, what do you get us, 10,000? Do you remember? For this project? Oh, what, 80?
Wasn't close to 80?
Yeah, I think it was close to 80. To complete this, what?
85.
85? To complete this project, we were way short, and James came through as he was leaving the assembly to get us this money, so I've got to thank him.
The 10,000 was 10,000 that you came for the
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Hearing no objections, town board of town Windsor receive and file an inspection report dated March 26, 2019, from Michael J. Lamoureux, PE, and Francis Bedetti, the third Assistant Fire Inspector, regarding premises owned by Michael Akamo, whatever his name is, known as 708 Windsor, or Mount Airy Road, and identified on the New Windsor tax maps as Section 66, Block 1, Lot 4. Chair will entertain a motion, the town board of the town of New Windsor hereby direct the issuance of a notice and order, and a copy of which annexed hereto pursuant to section 113-28 of the town of New Windsor Town Code in the matter of unsafe building owned by Michael Akamo, whatever it is, 708 Mount Airy Road, New Windsor, New York, and further identifying the tax maps as section 66, block 1, lot 4.
Moved. Second.
Councilman Morale,
Yes.
Councilman Riegenbaum,
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey.
Yes.
Supervisor Green.
Yes. You want to see a mess? What a wreck. It's incredible. Somebody has died in it. Chair will entertain a motion, the town board of town of Windsor authorize appropriation of excess revenues in 2018. In 2018, the appropriation of unreserved fund balances as of 2018, and transfer of unexpended 2018 budget balances in accordance with the attached balance sheet.
Move. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morale,
Yes.
Councilman Riegenbaum,
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey.
Yes.
Supervisor Green.
Yes. There are no objections, town board of town of Windsor receive and file payment processing agreement dated March 18, 2019, between the town of New Windsor and CSG Forte Payments Incorporated for processing credit card, debit card, and ACH transactions in the office of the town clerk. Good job.
Thank you.
That'll make life easier for a lot of people. Hearing no objections, town board of town of Windsor receive and file official statements for public improvement serial bonds 2019 in the amount of $7,500,000. Hearing no objections, town board of town of Windsor authorizes town supervisor to execute a license agreement with Patriot Plaza Associates LLC for the placement of an electronic sign on the property owned by Patriot Plaza Associates LLC.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morale,
Yes.
Councilman Riegenbaum,
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey.
Yes.
Supervisor Green.
Yes. Chair will receive and file certificate of clerk as to no referendum amendment of the 2015 bond resolution Lake Road Bridge over Metro North Railroad project. Chair will entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor, excuse me, authorize supervisor to execute an early entry permit with Metro North Commuter Railroad Company to permit access to railroad property in connection with the replacement of the Lake Road Bridge over Metro North Railroad project.
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morale,
Yes.
Councilman Riegenbaum,
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom,
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey.
Yes.
Supervisor Green.
Yes. Dave, do you believe it's finally coming to an end? Anthony?
You've been working all over with me.
Okay, we'll drive over, come to an end.
Started this project with Anthony's father while I was still a sergeant on the police department, deputy highway superintendent, probably in I want to say 86. Can you believe it? It's taken that long. Incredible.
Get her job.
Wheels of government. Hearing no objections, the town board of the town of New Windsor receive and file a rescission and cancellation agreement for purchase of real property between the town of New Windsor and Biotech Global Incorporated, parent company of Windsor North America LLC, for the sale of 12+ acres at Stewart International Airport, identified in the tax maps of Section 3, Block 1, Lot 55.22. Hearing no objections, the town board of the town of New Windsor receive and file agreement dated March 14th, 2019 between the town of New Windsor and Montgomery Housing Etzel Consultant Engineers, DPC, for the engineering services in connection with the preparation of an infiltration and inflow study for the town of New Windsor.
Move.
Second?
Notice of receive and file, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the, just so everybody knows, this is the, when we got a $100,000 grant for it, we only have to put up $20,000 of our money on this. Hearing no objections, the town board of the town of Windsor receive and file with the town clerk the continuation certificate for the permit bond B158063 submitted by Spagnoli Excavating Incorporated, 47 South Plank Road, Newburgh, New York, in the amount of $20,000 effective December 5th, 2008, and expiring on December 5th, 2019. For purpose of the permit bond is to secure a permit from the town of New Windsor to perform street opening within the town, the same being referred to the town of New Windsor and the highway superintendent. Chair will entertain a motion, the town board of the town of New Windsor authorize supervisor to execute any and all documents necessary for the lease purchase agreement with Municipal Leasing Consultants LLC for the acquisition of 12 town vehicles and town-wide computer equipment upgrade in accordance with the resolution attached.
Move.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Shall entertain a motion, town board of town of Windsor authorize supervisor to execute an intermunicipal agreement between the town of New Windsor and Valesgate Fire Department for the purposes of the town of New Windsor information technologies officers to assist the town, assist the Valesgate Fire District in establishment and configuration, maintenance, and oversight of the Valesgate Fire District computers.
Move. Second.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Shall entertain a motion, the town board of the town of New Windsor authorize the town clerk to advertise pursuant to law, calling for sealed bids for the Lake Road Bridge over Metro North project, which shall be received and publicly opened on the 10th day of May, 2019 at 10 a.m. local time. At the office of the town of New Windsor, town clerk, 555 Union Avenue, New Windsor, New York. The town board of the town of New Windsor reserves the right to reject any and all bids.
Move.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Morrow?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Malarkey?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Hallelujah. This has been a long, long siege. What? Following reports were received, recorded, and filed with the town clerk. Town clerks for March 2019. Tax receiver, water, sewer, and garbage, March 2019. Monthly tax statement, March 2019. Justice Myers' report for March 2019. Justice Calhoun's report for March 2019. Recreation report for February 2019. And recreation report for March 2019. Board?
Nothing?
Nothing. Public forum? I see a hand coming up and back.
How you doing? My name's Gil Fernandez, and I'm here just to voice some concern about what's going on with the New Windsor water. I'm a Butter Hill resident, and it's come to my concern that a lot of people are having illness issues with their skin. I'm getting reports about very hard water. Everyone I know it currently has to get a water system, treatment system put in their house, softening system, which is coming at a high cost for everyone I know. And I just want to know what's going on. What are we going to do? Because not everyone could incur this cost. It's not cheap.
The new water system is what's called moderately hard. It is perfectly safe. It's drinkable. I mean, hard water, it's the same water I grew up with up the street for years. It's moderately hard, I'll give you that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Aside from that, also, there is an issue with the piping, with heating systems, with valves, with heavy scaling. I mean, there are many issues going on right now with the water. It's not just because it's hard and we don't like it. There are concerns. With, finding...
Our water has an additive put in it that prevents scaling. So anybody that believes it's scaling is absolutely 100% wrong.
Well, I respect your opinion, and I'll do some more homework and, check with that. But this is what I'm getting at, and again, it cost me a couple of $1,000 just to put the system in. And I see a thing on the water bill saying we're getting a savings of 2.6%. Quote me if I'm wrong, but the 2.6% savings I'm getting there, but I'm spending thousands now up front. It just doesn't seem to be working.
Thousands?
Yeah, a new system is expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
You do realize that the city of New York is shutting down the aqueduct?
I understand it's being repaired.
And you do realize that they put $12 million into this system?
You're referring to, I know that they're doing repairs to the aqueduct, that I'm aware of.
Yeah, they're gonna shut it down for protracted periods of time,
I understand
for the
that.
next 3 years.
Okay,
There is no alternative water.
well, we've had issues in the past, we always went to Brown's Pond. which
Well,
I'm not
let me
fond
ex-
of, but,
Let me explain about Brown's Pond.
Mhm.
City of Newburgh will not use Washington Lake. They are going to be using Brown's Pond. There's insufficient water for the town of New Windsor and the city of Newburgh to use Brown's Pond. And if you recall, I don't know, how many of you drank the Kool-Aid here, but if you recall going back to the prior administration, right, who happens to be precipitating this nonsense,
no.
that,
I'll
I'm
talk to
talking,
me.
I'm talking,
Please, don't
I'm
associate
talking.
me with that.
I'm talking.
Sure.
That when we turned on the shower, we came out smelling like the swamp thing.
I said I was not fond of it. Paul.
Pardon?
I agree, I'm not fond of Brown's Pond.
Brown's
I'm
Pond,
not-
Brown's Pond has other issues.
Yeah, I'm not-
It's got blue-green algae, which is poisonous.
No, I understand, again. I'm
So I hear no alternative here.
Well, to my understanding, I've been doing a little homework. I'm hearing that once the aqueduct is repaired, it is possible to go back onto it. So it's not, we're not being cut off, we're being turned off.
Well, that's interesting, but we just invested a lot of money into a water filtration plant.
Correct.
A lot of water filtration, a lot of money.
Yes.
So when it is turned back on in 3 or 4 years, we still have to pay for that water plant. All right, then in addition, we're gonna pay about $2.1 million to New York City to purchase water from them. Now, we can't afford that. It's that simple.
So I just don't think it's fair for every New Windsor resident to have to spend that kind of money to put systems in a home that they lived in for many years where we had aqueduct water and all of a sudden we're turned off. And that would be big expenses being incurred.
There is no alternative here. And you know what, it isn't
Well, maybe
every,
not the
wait a
moment
minute,
the
hold on.
aqueduct's repaired, but.
It isn't every resident. I drink that water. I have absolutely no problem with it.
Okay, I'm not gonna dispute that, that's fine, I'm not happy with it.
Okay?
It's not.
I'm sorry that you're not happy with
I
it.
am having skin issues, I have had to go to the doctor. I know a lot of other people had to go to the doctor because of it.
A lot of others.
A handful. For the people I've reached out to, the people I know, and if you have, that's a high percentage of the people I've been checking with.
Sue, how many complaints we had?
I'm sorry?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah, less than one?
When I do the calculations, probably it's about less than 1%
Yeah.
of complaints.
Complaint to,
Complaints.
to what town or?
Based on one number.
All right, address your questions up here, I just asked her a question.
I'm sorry, I just didn't understand it. So that's my complaint.
Listen,
That's what I
we
wanted
are
to
doing
speak
our
about.
best to track it.
I'm sorry?
We're doing our best to track it.
I understand that.
The hardness issue is something that, you know, it is what it is. Actually, it makes the water actually taste better.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, I guess.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I'm having a problem with my skin too, and I had to go buy some filters to put it on, because I have to go to a doctor, they haven't given me cream,
Mhm.
and I'm having problem with that.
Same water I use,
My
same water
son
my
too.
wife uses, same water that almost everybody
You say the
uses.
hardness is not a problem.
I'm sorry, I can hear
You say
you.
the hardness is not a problem. It is a problem. It's causing a problem to the pipes, to the heating system. It's gonna eventually cause problems to our washing machines, to our dishwashers, and who's gonna pay for that? Are you guys gonna pay for it?
No, we are not. We are obligated to give you potable water. That's what we are giving you. And when you say that it's causing problems with your washer and dishwasher, I have a washer and dishwasher, and we have no problems.
I don't mean to disrespect you, but if you do your homework, hard water does cause problems to piping.
I can't hear you, ma'am.
She said that the hard water, it's a fact, does
It's a
cause
fact.
problems to pipes.
You say it's perfectly okay.
It's not.
It's
There's
not
an
okay.
additive, there's an additive that coats the pipes as the water goes through, and it protects the pipes from corrosion. It's that simple.
In what?
That protects it from corrosion.
Wait a minute, who,
I.
are you adding the
Not.
chemical, or are we have to now add something else?
No, we had it right.
You know, I
in
think
the
you're very condescending.
plan.
You know, you go and say, oh, this is no problem. Well, it's a problem. I just put a filter in, and after 2 months, it's yellow from the crap that you're giving us.
How about the Browns Pond water? Why don't you go drink that?
I don't, you know what?
All right,
It's not my problem. I want my old water back.
well, you're not getting it, so.
And you're saying that when New York City restores the aqueduct, we're not even gonna be able to do that because,
How would
oh, we
you, how would
can't
you
afford it.
suggest,
But
we
you're
double our prices?
you're pocketing a lot of money from this system.
you think this is costing you a lot of money? See
Yes.
what it would cost if we had to,
Read the record where New Windsor is getting a ton of money from New York City, and you're not giving this back to the citizens.
you have no idea what you're talking about. Anyone else?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you
Anyone
don't
else?
have an idea.
Sir,
Mr. Green, I do,
One second, with all due respect, one thing I wanna say is, I will be back next month, and I'm gonna get some research done on the water itself and bring some
Sure.
stats back from a credible company, just to have real numbers, that's, you know, so we can just be open on this, that's all.
And I do
Okay,
find
thank
it insulting that you say that hard water causes no harm. That is just ridiculous.
okay,
It does cause harm.
all right.
So please.
Then you know more than
don't
our,
tell the
our
citizens of
our
Windsor
chemists
that
and our water
the hard
plant
water
operator.
causes no harm.
Sir, you had a question?
yeah, Mr. Green, people like I do know about that water. I actually thought it was infectious disease.
George Meyer sent him over.
Yeah.
We know
All right,
that.
that's
We
it.
see every day, didn't we?
Joe,
No, I'm telling
Joe.
you.
Listen for 1 minute.
You guys, man.
My surgeon thought it was infectious disease, and I went to 9 different dermatologists, and had everything documented,
all right,
just to let you know.
okay. Good. Bring it in. We'll look at it.
This guy must be a doctor.
It sounds like you
Hey,
were.
Joe,
I
That's
have a
enough.
PhD, yes.
Yeah, okay.
that's enough.
You know, you're
Sir,
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what Neil has said. I have noticed, whether it's healthy or, you know, as you claim, I've noticed a marked difference in the water. Everything in the house, from the showers, there's this white film all over everything. Now, maybe it's because we're so close, Butterhill was so close. Maybe
where are you?
the
Butterhill?
first, you know, in
The
life.
Butterhill water goes out and comes back.
Okay,
It doesn't come directly in.
I'm just saying that there is a marked difference in what we're receiving now. And, it's concerning. It really is. And, I think that's why we're here, just to voice our concerns about the water. And, obviously, we're gonna be following back up on this.
Do you realize how many times we've had to shut down the aqueduct because of turbidity, because of problems?
Irregardless, I'm just saying, the current.
No, it hasn't been years ago.
Right, I'm just saying, our current water condition, not how many times we have to shut it down. I'm talking about our current water conditions there. So, it's a concern to the residents, and, we're just here to voice that to you. There's gotta be,
We
there's
are
gotta
doing our
be,
best to address it.
I'm sorry?
We're doing our best to address it. The hardest issue is not going to be able to be addressed because it is what it is. It's groundwater.
Is there a possible way to,
Soften it?
yes,
Well,
Millions.
yeah, well,
not at our expense?
The problem with that is every New Windsor resident has to.
Wait a minute, you say not at our expense. Everything we do is at our expense.
Right. No,
No
I'm
matter
talking about,
what we do.
I'm talking about, for me, if I had to put a water softener in, last time I did that, I was at a previous meeting, when you recommended people buy on town roads, sewers, town water, I agree with that. I left the previous home that I had a septic system and a well. I don't wanna deal with that stuff.
Nor
So,
would I.
but while I was there, I had to install a water softener at great expense. And it was a maintenance that from the salt that you have to replace to the regeneration, the backwashing of the systems. That's all an added cost that, that we didn't have a year ago.
But it's always going to be an added cost, no matter what. We had to have water. I don't think you people understand.
No, I understand.
We had to have water.
Right.
There was no alternative. There was no water when they shut down the aqueduct. There is absolutely no water.
Right, and we're just talking about, that's what we need, it's kind of a fact-finding thing. So you're saying that the town can't soften the water for us?
You're talking about another $20 million.
What's that?
You're talking about to put a water softener in to handle 6.4 million gallons?
Based on when this was all coming online, from the article I recall in the record, that there was a great savings that the town of New Windsor, and I think they were calling you.
$2.1 million a year.
Right.
It's paying for the plant. It's paying for a whole lot.
Right.
And it's going into the general fund to help reduce your taxes also.
Yeah, I didn't get a reduction.
Yeah, I didn't get any.
Missed out.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You're gonna get it?
Yeah, I'd like that, but I don't
Jeff,
think that's
what'd you
happening.
1.6%?
1.6 million.
Well, yeah, we're talking $1.6 million. So, yeah, you did. Anything else?
I
Sir?
asked about the water meters, and want to install new water meters?
Yeah, well, we have no choice.
Is that
It's-
gonna be
it's
to
mandated. What?
our expense?
Pardon?
Would that be to our expense?
Well, it's town-wide. It's gonna be a town-wide expense.
No, I mean the personal, do I, because I have a water softener.
Yeah.
Do I have to get a plumber to take the water softener right off?
No,
And then do it?
No, we're putting it in. The bid's going out where we'll have a plumber that'll come. They'll make an appointment, they'll come, they'll change the water meter out.
I guess what he's trying to say is if that cost is gonna be applied to our water bill, it's gonna get higher.
Well, it's a bond. It's gonna be a town-wide bond.
One last thing, so is it to my understanding, so that, I'm kind of being told here that if we didn't dig these holes in wells, we wouldn't have water in our town, is that my
If we didn't
understanding?
what?
That's kind of the feeling I'm getting, that we had no choice but to drill holes and go to wells.
We had to come up with water. We had to come up with water. We're talking about a protracted period of time when they shut down the aqueduct where there is not going to be any water available. City of Newburgh will be using Brown's Pond to the extent they can. They'll probably be blowing off New Windsor water into their aqueduct, or we're already working on interconnects between the two so that they will have water and so that the town of Newburgh will have water. That's what this whole thing was designed for. There will be no water when the aqueduct shuts down. I don't know how much clearer I
Are
can
we
make
the
it.
only town affected by the aqueduct? There's no water situation, every other town around is okay, but New Windsor and Newburgh? I mean, I'm just trying to be.
Nobody's
I'm just
okay.
trying to understand where we are.
Nobody
I'm
that's
not-
on
I'm
the
not
New York
trying to
City
be
aqueduct is okay.
I'm
Town
sorry.
of Newburgh's in the same situation, City of Newburgh's in the same situation, we're in the same situation, Village of, New Paltz is in the same situation. You know, we had to do something. What are we gonna do? We needed water. In
I'm
New York
just doing
City,
homework and see, but I appreciate the answers.
New York City came up with $12 million towards this.
I just, I heard a lot about savings, I'm not seeing any savings, it's actually costing a lot, I'm getting poorer quality water.
It's
I
not
just- I-
water,
it's
you know,
just
you're
hard
saying
to
it's
grab
poor
all-
quality water. You know, let me tell you something,
It'd be
between
great-
groundwater and surface water, groundwater is the better quality. It's always the better quality.
If you send two out to get tested, I'm guaranteed, I'm pretty sure the older water will come up with a better rating.
Absolutely not.
I'll find out.
They're
I could
tested,
be wrong, you could be right.
they're tested daily, believe me.
I'll do my homework.
Well, all I can say is that the proof isn't what we see with our eyes. We see
I'm
on
sorry,
the
ma'am, I
white
can't hear
field, of that white field that the gentleman was talking about, that's the proof. So for you to tell us that it's safe, it bothers me. I'm sorry, but it does. So to see if it's doing that to our pipes, what is it doing to us if we're gonna drink it?
It's not doing anything. But,
Okay.
you know, it's minerals.
I mean, maybe they should call it Board of
So the
Health.
minerals is corroding the pipes and all that, is making all that, is that gonna do anything to our bodies?
Our water is tested daily. Call
Yeah,
the
but the
Board of
proof
Health.
isn't what we're seeing, that's what I'm saying.
Sue, you got something you want to add?
The best thing, if for any questions that you have regarding safety or concerns like that, is call the Board of Health, call the County Board of Health. They have every report and they have access to everything. Not once has New Windsor ever failed a Board of Health test.
Well, that doesn't mean
It means a lot.
that it's good for us. I mean, that,
No,
they
it's
met, they
not.
met a standard.
All right, listen,
That- I understand
Feel
what
like
you're
forever.
saying.
yeah.
To portray that as, oh. it's-
We're just going around in circles here.
it
We're
met
just
the
going
standard.
around in circles. I don't know what more I can tell you.
Mr. Supervisor, if I may, I live in a small part of town of New Windsor, and we've always had well water. And I've been drinking well water now for the last 75 years, and believe me, it has not affected me in any way, shape, or form that is negative. I may be the only walking testimony right here in this room, and I can attest to that.
I grew up on Mark Street, right off of Willow Lane, which is in the same aquifer that this water is coming from. And grew up drinking it. All right, anybody else? Sir? I can't see, who's that? I saw a hand come up and back.
I just have a question on item number 14. The relocation of the relocation seniors. Are you relocating the senior center to someplace else?
Yeah, we're moving, as you are well
You're
aware, we
moving down
purchased,
32?
pardon?
Are you moving down 32?
Yes, ma'am.
And when is that going to take place? Just-
No, we're working on it, it's almost complete. We're
Okay.
getting furniture and everything in there now.
All
I
right.
saw a hand in the back somewhere.
Yeah.
And what is the Moresco, what plans do you have for Moresco?
It'll continue as Moresco Center.
I can't hear you.
It will continue as the Moresco Center.
All right. Thank you.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Hello, good evening. Hi. My name's Kim. I own a home at 8 Feitzma Lane, and
I'm
8
sorry,
Feitzma
ma'am, would you
Lane
start
in
over
Windsor-
again? We couldn't hear you when you were walking up.
Sorry, my name is Kimberly. I own property at 8 Feitzma Lane in Rock Tavern.
Yeah.
I was at the planning board meeting last Wednesday about the Apple Ridge project that they're putting in.
Yep.
And I just wanted to bring it to everyone's attention that I finally got to see the plans and what they were doing with the wastewater treatment facility.
Mhm.
And it's going to be located 190 feet from my home. And at this point, my husband's been there since '92, and we're just concerned about what effects that will have basically on us, our property value, our health, my children, our water, and they didn't really have very many answers at the meeting, so it was a public hearing, so we all got to say what we had to say. So I did write a letter that I'm gonna submit to the planning board and one to the town, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of what is going on over there. There are, you know, families in New Windsor that are being greatly affected by this, and it's not the development. Everyone should be able to build beautiful homes and live there. It's just this wastewater treatment facility that's literally 190 feet from my home. And I just want to make sure
You've
that,
addressed this with the,
on Wednesday, I mentioned it. I didn't, that was the first time I had even seen like where it was exactly going, because the original plans had it set back, like, they owned like 400 plus acres, and the original plans had it set back away from all the original homes. Like, I live off Fikes Lane, so, and there's another road, so it wasn't near any homes. But now the new plans has it literally in my backyard.
really? And
Yeah.
I thought it was way, last time I.
No, I brought a picture.
I gotta tell you the
but you
truth,
can
I haven't
look.
seen the plans in quite a while.
I brought a picture of the plan where it is and where my house
I'll
is.
get it.
And you can definitely look, and this is my home, and it's marked there, it's in red, this is on their plans, 190 feet from my house. And I just think at this point, they own 400 and something acres, they
Originally
lowered, sorry?
Originally it was set back quite a ways.
It was, originally, and then we went to the new planning board meeting, I just was there Wednesday, we saw the new maps, they're on the town website, that's where I pulled this picture off of, and, it's at my back door, like where my kids play, where,
Listen, I don't have control over the planning.
no, of
board,
course not,
But I am gonna tell you this, and quite frankly, when this project came, you know, I like the idea that it's a cluster development and it preserves a whole lot of open space.
Mhm.
But I made some things very clear to the developers.
Mhm.
Number one, they would form a sewer district with all the houses, right?
Mhm.
So that we had a tax, you know, something that if it failed, because some of these private
agree.
sewers,
We
they
think that that's
fail.
smart.
So we have something to go after for tax. The same thing with the water. They must form a water district. Now, you're telling me they moved this,
Yes,
so they've moved it since I came out with the edict that this is what you're gonna do, like it or not. Because there's only one person that can sign off on any one of them, and that's me.
well, the original plans had it set back, I know what you're talking about, we've seen it, it was set back on, not near
I will-
any of the existing residents of New Windsor, it was set back on their 400 acres, and now, from the new plans, it's literally 190 feet from my house, and the closest cluster home property line to it is 250 feet.
Really.
So that's honestly, you know, we've been
I
here a long
will,
time and
in
I'm
fact,
hoping,
I'm
so.
gonna be busy all day tomorrow.
Okay.
Give me a call in the office,
Mhm.
I will take a look at it,
Thank you,
I will talk to the owner
okay,
or the developer.
yep,
It's not the way we said it was going to be. If you're telling me it's 190 feet.
it is, yeah, it's on the website, on your
When you call in
website.
the office, I will take a look at it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna get to it tomorrow. I got a very busy day.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, thank you guys all for your time,
Okay,
thank you.
that it? Anyone else? Motion to close the public hearing. Or the public.
Councilman Morale?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Maloney?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?
Yes. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Councilman Morale?
Yes.
Councilman Regenbaum?
Yes.
Councilman Lundstrom?
Yes.
Councilman Maloney?
Yes.
Supervisor Green?